What's going on, y'all? In our last video, we discussed what bodily injury liability and property damage liability cover on an auto insurance policy. Now, as a quick recap, bodily injury liability helps pay for the medical expenses, lost wages, and legal fees if you injure someone in an accident. Property damage liability covers the cost of repairing or replacing someone else's vehicle or other damaged property like a fence or a building if you are found at fault. But let's talk about what happens when you don't have enough liability coverage. Because in Georgia, carrying only the statement on liability limits of $25,000 per person bodily injury, $50,000 per accident bodily injury, and $25,000 for property damage can leave you financially exposed. And here's why. The average cost of a hospital stay in the U.S. is thousands of dollars per day. And that's just for the room expenses. It doesn't include the cost of surgeries, procedures, medications, or ongoing care. If you seriously injure multiple people in an accident, that $50,000 total coverage could disappear quick, leaving you responsible for anything beyond it. And let's talk property damage. The average new car today costs about $48,000. So if you total someone's vehicle, especially an SUV or a truck, that $25,000 coverage won't even scratch the surface. But that's not all. If your insurance doesn't fully cover the damages, you could face serious financial and legal consequences. Georgia law allows accident victims to sue for the remaining damages that aren't covered by your insurance. That means your wages could be garnished, liens could be placed on your property, or your assets could be seized to satisfy a judgment against you. And let's not forget the impact on your ability to drive in Georgia. If you can't afford to pay the damages, Georgia can suspend your driver's license until you do. That's why having liability limits, higher liability limits, isn't just a suggestion. It's a financial safety net. The good news? Increasing your liability coverage is surprisingly affordable. Bumping up to $100,000, $300,000 for bodily injury and $100,000 for property damage could cost you just a few bucks extra a month, but could save you from losing everything if the worst happens. So here's my advice. Take a few minutes, call your insurance agent, and make sure your coverage is where it needs to be. Because in Georgia, a bad accident can cost you a whole lot more than just a dented bumper. Y'all have a good day.